Should you be taking your avoidant ex back if they resurface back to your life? Is it worth taking that risk? Or should you be avoiding dating avoidance overall? I asked and got asked of these questions quite a lot. And honestly, I can't give a solid answer as a principle because everyone is a different case. So with my own life experience, I can say that I'm pretty glad that my most recent avoidant ex is not having any contact with me. I think this is the best breakup courtesy I can think of. But if I compare the current one to the earliest dismissive avoidant I ever dated, which was the first guy in my dating history, it was a totally different story. Same as dealing with every avoidant. I was obsessively thinking about that, missing them. And the first one eventually took me 7 to 8 years to move on. Not just because he was the first, also because his attitude toward me is he would give me something by checking me out every now and then, but never give me any commitment, any validation. And I would just let him in every single time. And every time after he dipped something in the water, he would just disappear. That was a really, really unhealthy push and pull, avoidant, anxious dynamic for so many years. Of course, I was not my best self. I didn't know my attachment style. I didn't know his attachment style. I just kept thinking there was something wrong with me. That's why he didn't want to be with me. I'm not asking everyone to not give the avoidant ex a chance when they come back. I'll say only when you can tell they are actively making a change of their behavior. If they actually at least recognize their dismissive behavior or tendency, you can give them a chance by observing how they react to you. And also another factor you have to consider is, do you really want them back in your life? Do you simply miss them at that period of time, or do you miss yourself at that period of time? Because back then it was like happy la la land. Seriously, in every starting point of any relationship is always happy la la land. Maybe you're missing yourself at that point of time. Do you want to, or are you able to go back to yourself in that past period of time? Because I know I can't. About 12 years ago, when I was still mingling with that first guy, I was very naive and unaware and insecure. I'm not that anymore, and I'm not attracted to him anymore. At that point of life, I was dreaming that he would just ask me to be his girlfriend because we were never actually official all those years. But now I'm just like, man, do whatever you want in your life. I'm gone. I'm done. And the final question of whether you should avoid dating avoidance, you never truly know someone until you start being intimate with them for a certain period of time. After you develop maybe a relationship with them, you would have grown a certain level of attachment with them, and it would be harder to leave him. Also, not everyone has a label on their forehead saying that I'm a narcissist, I'm an avoidant. So it's simply not that easy to avoid certain people in your life. It's very, very common to take a long time to get over an avoidant ex, usually much longer than the actual relationship. All I can say is, by knowing yourself better, by identifying the red flags better, the grieving process will also be quicker. I'm pretty proud of myself for having a shorter period of time to move on from each avoidant ex in my life currently. Because of all these experience with them, I become more and more secure. Have you had any experience of dating any avoidant? How's the grieving process? Have you learned anything about yourself and them? Let me know in the comment section.